Hey folks, every once in a while I go through a period of, I guess you would call it incoherency, where I just can't think straight, and sometimes you can hear that in the voiceovers I make for my videos. Lately I've been forgetting passwords, and normally isn't a problem because I usually have them written down, but if a website goes through a security breach, or some websites, they require you to change your passwords often, and I tend to forget to write them down, and if I forget them, and I just got no way of looking them up. So I had to go through the forgot my password stupid routine and set myself a new password to forget. So anyways, I made an error last night, and I don't feel too bad about it because apparently I wasn't the only one that made that mistake. Now I was sitting at my computer doing my thing, and a call came over the scanner for a single vehicle rollover, and where I perceived it to be isn't too far away, so I grabbed my cameras and head on out. So I'll play the beginning of the call, and pay attention to the street names that the dispatcher gives.
Attention note here on Wingham firefighters, please attend at London Road and Josephine Street for a single vehicle rollover, no entrapment, 2 patients with chest pain. That's at London Road and Josephine Street. Attention note here on Boys firefighters, this is an information page. Wingham has been engaged to London Road and Josephine Street for a single vehicle rollover with no entrapment, 2 patients with chest pain. This is an information page only. Fire dispatch, Car 3. Car 3, go ahead. Page acknowledged. OPP and EMS have been tiered, I think. Roger that. Both have been tiered.
So the intersection that the dispatcher just described is Josephine Street and London Road. The issue with this is these two streets don't actually intersect. In fact, they're actually the same road. Wingham is actually pretty confusing. I got Josephine Street, which is within Wingham only, and this whole entire road before and after Wingham is London Road. So London Road and Josephine Street are the same road. And this actually is also called Highway 4, so it's got 3 names. And just to make things even more confusing, this is Amberley Road, also known as Highway 86. So this intersection here is 4 and 86, or London Road and Amberley Road, Josephine Street and Amberley Road, and just, this goes on and on and on. So that's where the confusion comes. And as soon as I heard Josephine Street and London Road, my mind automatically went to that intersection. And listen to what the firefighter responds.
Fire dispatch, North here, engine 1.
Engine 1, go ahead.
Engine 1 responding, Josephine Street, Amberley Road, single vehicle rollover. Alpha plus 5 belted.
See, he's thinking the same thing I'm thinking. He's responding to Josephine Street and Amberley Road, so he's thinking the same intersection. And the dispatcher didn't even react to it.
Roger that, engine 1 responding, Alpha plus 5.
Fire dispatch, tank 4 responding, Charlie plus 1, belted.
Roger that, tank 4 responding, Charlie plus 1.
Fire dispatch, Car 3 responding.
Roger that, Car 3 responding.
Fire Fire dispatch, North Sierra Engine 1.
Engine 1, go ahead.
Can I get across the street on that call, please?
And at this point, car 3 is starting to think something just doesn't sound right with this. So he's asking for a cross street.
Roger that. It'll be closest to Amberley Road, London Road and Josephine.
Roger that.
And dispatcher responds with Amberley Road, which is the same intersection. So at this point, I'm all set up to actually arrive before the fire department gets there. I don't see anything. I heard a siren go through town while I was still in the garage before I got out. Apparently that was a police car heading to the scene. He's nowhere to be found. So, and I see these people standing out on the grass, and that's people I talk to at Tim Hortons all the time, so I stopped, asked him where it was, and he told me that the police car went the other direction, towards the other end of town, and I looked behind me, and fire department has figured it out.
Fire dispatch, car 3.
Car 3, go ahead.
Just got a call from EMS supervisor on my cell phone. It sounds like it's not Amberley Road, it'll be the other way on Josephine Street. The Josephine Street North.
I'll give the ambulance a call back and confirm.
The supervisor told me that the crew's on scene awaiting fire.
And to my dismay, I see the fire trucks turning around in Value Mart's parking lot and heading the opposite direction. So now I'm faced with, I don't have a clue where they're going. So the nice thing is, when I get my new scanner, I'm going to be able to use my old one, because it's handheld. I can take it with me, and I can hear what's actually going on, because right now everything's at home being recorded. I don't know. All I see is the fire department's going the opposite direction, and I don't know where anything is anymore. So I figure I'm already out. I'm going to head to the other end of town. I'm assuming the Josephine Street part is correct, so I'll just keep going and see what I can find.
Sorry, your transmission is cutting in and out. If you can repeat.
Yeah, if you just give me 10 seconds, I'll be arriving on scene.
Roger that.
Fire dispatch, control car 3 arriving scene with EMS and OBP. The MVC is actually at London Road and Howard Turnberry Road.
Roger that, on scene with ambulance and OPP, and just to advise, you said London Road and Howard Turnberry Road?
Yep, roger that. Fire dispatch, K4 arriving scene.
So what's causing all this confusion? One single word. So technically, the intersection that I just showed, Amberley Road and London Road, within Wingham is Josephine Street. So as soon as you cross the highway, it becomes London Road, even though it's London Road all the way through town. But you could perceive that as being Josephine Street and London Road. But going by that, at the other end of town, that would be the same situation. So there's a little bit of confusion there. So what's happened is, whoever called this in neglected to use the word north. Because this right here is Josephine Street North. And this intersection is Josephine Street North and London Road. If the word north was in there, I would have known exactly where it was, and I wouldn't even have bothered going out because it's too far away. It's out on the highway, and fire department would have known right away as well. And of course, it's also the intersection of London Road and Howick Turnberry Township, or whatever it's called. Howick Turnberry, anyways. So that's where it actually is. I get to the far end of town. I'm seeing the fire trucks already on their way back. They weren't needed. So I'm heading out there for nothing. So I decide, well, I'm out anyways. I might as well go for a drive.
Fire dispatch. Military command.
No, Sharon, clear. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've met with OPP and EMS. Fire is not required.
Roger that.
Fire dispatch, North Huron Engine 1, clear and returning back to William Station.
Roger that. Engine 1, clear and returning.
Dispatch, take 4, clear, return to William Station.
Roger that. Clear and returning.
Dispatch, show command, terminated. Car 3 is clear.
Roger that. Command is terminated. Car 3 clear.
Now I'll end this video with my nighttime trip, but first I'm going to head back to the past, and back to last June where I left off. That would be June 2018. When I was living in Hanover, when my roommate got her power chair, she sold her scooter. And apparently, the person who bought it lives in Hanover, because that's who's in front of me right now. Small world. And then when I got home, the landlord's pretty much done with the driveway, and we noticed that the roof of the garage is bare, and it was leaking a little bit in a few places, so he's re-shingling it for us. So that's all I got for this video. I'll finish now with my night tour. Thanks for watching.